Mr. Riles, I'm super excited about our guest today. I first encountered him through Gary V as a holder of the gift goat in the Gary V VeeFriends collection. The latest gift that we received was an NFT from this artist. It is called JP the Goat. And the artist's name is King Saladeen. King is a self-taught visual artist whose work has been recognized all over the world for its vibrant and abstract approach. His career spans major collaborations with, get this, Mercedes, Yeezy, Tops, and others. His best friend is John J.P. Thompson, which is the inspiration behind his latest work, JP the MoneyBear. This is going to be interesting stuff. King Saladeen, we'd like to welcome you to the Nifty Show. Good sir. How you doing?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me, man. This is amazing. I just said this is like the craziest interview ever because of the avatar your son's on right now. It's like
Son, I
unreal.
don't know who. What do you mean,
Oh
son?
yeah,
This
who
is
is this guy? Who
Not
is this guy?
related.
Sorry.
I saw the work drop into my wallet as a gift goat holder, and I'm going to show that to people here real quick. If you're watching the visual version of the show on YouTube, Rumble, or Odyssey, you can see right here, JP the Goat by King Saladeen. But it dropped while you were at a live event with Gary V in what city were you guys in?
We were in Atlanta.
You were in Atlanta, and
Yep.
Shaquille O'Neal was there, and I watched it remotely via the membership panel, and I listened to you talk and tell the story of your inspiration and JP, and I thought, man, this is a great story. I want to know this cat and get him on the show. So
Wow.
eager for people to hear all about you.
Definitely, man. I'm real. I'm real. You want me to just go or?
You know what? Let's I'll kick it off like this. Give us,
Okay.
your background a little bit. Where'd you grow up? How did you decide that art was your thing, and how in the world did you fall in with these major brands?
Bro, I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep it very, very nice and clean
Yeah,
and tight.
keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Um, well, I'm King Saladeen. I'm from West Philadelphia. Um, Bro, I think I've always loved to do art. Like it's never a time where it was like just super directed to me. I never went to school, never did anything traditionally art. So I think it was just something I was born with and played basketball. That's really my background was just, a kid from the neighborhood, athlete. I always had this artistic ability, but it was never anything that was like highlighted in the hood if you could really do like creative things. So, I gravitated towards basketball because that was like the biggest instant gratification, kept me out of trouble, kept me in shape for one. And it's got me to see outside of my element. And okay, I'm trying to keep it tight though.
Yeah,
So
you're doing good. Let's get to the art section. How did that happen?
oh man, so I started off maybe selling T-shirts in like the early 2000s, straight out the trunk, before social media, before all this stuff went on. But I always had a neck that I could always make like an extra $100 or something. Like people always wanted like their jackets done by me or T-shirts or just anything, sneaker customizations and things like that. But I never thought it could be a business or anything that I could really like, turn into a career just based off me never seeing any artists or African American artists that looked like me. When I read about artists, they were usually, dead for 50 years, and now people love their work or somebody, bought one of their pieces and now it's at auction. So that was something that was one of the things that never really like pushed me to do it because I was like, damn, you must have to die before you get famous, and that's not like what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So um, later along down the line, my best friend JP John Thompson. Um, he was one of those friends that like he was like my number one fan. You know what I mean? Like my number one encourager. Like he was at my basketball games, and he was one of the people that was close to me to the point where nobody really seen my art unless you came in my house. So you had to be like really my friend to be able to come in my house and chill with me and see everything that I did. So he was the one person that was just like, bro, this isn't regular. Like you need to try to pursue this. But we had no idea how to pursue it. You know what I mean? And that's just me speaking from 15 years ago, and he got me to quit my job at the time and really just start like doing everything that was kind of like very uncomfortable for me to like get my art noticed.
How exactly did he help to push you? Is there a connection? What is the connection between that and this new kind of art that you've been producing?
So JP, like I always did abstract artwork because I thought that that was what was going to take me to the next level. Because for one, I'm from the inner city, I'm African American. Like graffiti was always something so easy, and I love graffiti, but I didn't want to be considered as a graffiti artist, or or something that was like common to what people would see. Because a lot of people look at African Americans, if they do art, it's like street art. It's always like labeled street art, like, you know what I mean. So my biggest thing was when me and JP would go hang out and party and go to different hotels, we would see these amazing abstract pieces behind the check-in booth and things like that, and it would be like, okay, that's the direction I want to go in. So at that time, JP was talking to me about branding, but he wasn't saying branding because we like 20 years old. And he's like, bro, you need something that people could recognize your work. Like if I was in, say, Puerto Rico or Africa, I wouldn't know if this was your piece, if it was abstract, unless I asked somebody or I looked and seen like your signature. But he was like, people need to be if they're on a go, they need to be able to see something just like a Nike sign, an Apple sign, and know that that's your brand. And at the time, I'm like, bro, you have no clue what you're talking about. Like, you don't know art. You know what I mean? But over time, um, that's how I started thinking about how I would work my brand and get people to notice my art. So I used to always like draw in books and things like that at work. So JP one time was like, yo, let me just see what you be doing at work. So he's looking through my black books. He's like, this is cool. So I was kind of like doing a rendition of the College Dropout album cover, which Takashi Murakami did the College Dropout bear for Kanye West years ago, right? So I was just like making this College Dropout bear my bear. I was putting like making them very Philly, change the eyes up, put money signs in the eyes, change the face structure, putting dope clothes on them and things like that. And JP just came over this piece of art that I was doing. And he was like, "Bro, this is it. I can see it on everything. I can see it on like book bags and just like I would know this was you if you like really worked on this and built it up." And at the time, I was like, "Bro, one of your friends just keep telling you something, and they're not into actual art. You're like, you don't know what you're talking about. But whatever, man. I'm gonna stick to this abstract stuff. You know what I mean?" So it didn't take until his untimely passing. He passed away from brain cancer out of nowhere, like literally out of nowhere. He was like the sharpest, smartest dude that I ever met, like up until this date. Um, and he had a headache, and it was literally like, "Yo, I'm about to go get this checked out. I slept like 12 hours last night. Something's wrong." You know what I mean? And then he went to the hospital. To make a long story short, um, he got diagnosed with some kind of brain mass. So they had to do a surgery, and they didn't know that it was brain cancer, and it was in stage 4 until the first actual surgery. So this was like, he got me to quit my job in 2011. He passed away in 2013. So it
Mm.
was like almost like a heaven send that he was pushing me to get to like find my direction before he left. Because while he was here, I was like clueless. I was like, bro, I was doing real estate for a while, and then the market crashed in 2007, 2008. The recession came. Then I had to wind up finding a regular job just because it was like, I'm used to doing something, so it's not like I could just hang out in the street now. You know what I mean? So I had to find like a regular job, which led me to working with kids. It was like at a younger kids lockup, almost like where kids are like runaways and going through different like problems with the law and things like that. It was almost like a placement for kids. And I think that's what really led me back to like getting into my art again, because I was at my lowest point when I was bored as a kid and I was bored as a younger adult. I would just create and draw and things like that, not thinking that it could lead to anything like this. So that's
So unpredictable. Like life is just
oh,
like that. And man, I'm really sorry you lost your good friend. At the same time, it sounds like you're carrying on his legacy. I mean, you've gone so far as to take the idea of this bear that he was, fully championing. The website is called the jpeffect.io, and this is JP, the money bear, right
mhm.
here. The mint for these is live right now. So what is it? Tell me what this dude here, what does he represent? I see Bitcoin, I see love, I see some bling.
Um,
What's he all about?
so pretty much like the JP effect. I'm gonna start with the name. So the JP effect, I felt as though that would be the perfect name because like the effect that JP had on my life got me to like be the person that I am now and that everybody knows me as, you know what I mean? King Saladeen. And the effect that he had on my life is what I try to create and inspire other people. Like he got me to like quit my job. You know what I mean? That's like the most uncomfortable situation, especially if you don't have a situation with like art or whatever you're pursuing. It's like to start at the ground level zero to become an artist or a creator or anything like that is like one of the hardest things in the world, especially before social media. So it was all shaking hands and trial and error and just like doing things the wrong way, but like taking the constructive criticism and just taking it to the next level and just learning from all these mistakes and just becoming who I am today. So I named it the JP effect because he had such an effect on my life. JP is my IP, so I've done tons of collaborations with JP the Money Bear and things like that. So I only felt as though it was right to take it to the Web3 space. This is something where I can really tell the story behind me and JP and what he did for my life and what he did for all his other friends too, because it wasn't just me that he really wanted to see like my dreams happen. It was like all his friends that were talented. He would put money behind them to do like to get to the next level, pretty much. So that's why money. It was the only thing that was really holding us back was us being able to like fund our dreams. You know what I mean? And now being in the Web3 space, is Bitcoin, is ETH, it's all kinds of different digital currencies. And I just wanted to add that into like the visual part. He was definitely a fly dude. He was the only guy that I knew at 20 years old, being from the hood, when I was wearing all Nike sweatsuits, he was wearing Ferragamo and Hugo Boss and things like that. So when we used to go party in New York, he would be like, "Hey, you can't wear this stuff. They won't let us in the restaurant." So he would take me to Hugo Boss and go get me different outfits for like our New York nights and our New York days and things like that. So I wanted to implement the fashion and just different, like almost like if these NFTs could talk, they will all have a different personality. You know what I mean? So that's the visual behind everything.
And it sounds like there's a lot of meaning behind this project and behind these NFTs, but there's also a bit more to them, isn't there? Because these NFTs unlock something, right?
Yeah, they unlock a lot of different see, I'm a physical artist, so I've been doing traditional art, collaborations, baseball cards, painting supercars. We've been doing a lot of IRL type situations way before I even thought about being in the Web3 space. So I just wanted this to be a connection to like everything that I got going on prior to the Web3. So we just had an amazing reveal party at the 4040 club in New York. And shout out to Duce. Duce sponsored everything. The 4040, Rock Nation. It was just like unreal, man. And people actually got to like meet me in person, other than that one time I met a few people at Gary V's event. So it was just unreal, man, for people to really see like and feel the energy of like everything we already been doing that we're trying to bring to the Web3 space.
But the NFTs themselves, now I'm looking at a lot of the goods that you've got here on your website, and I love these vinyl toys. Like I want one of these dudes right here. They're so cool. But
Oh
the
yeah, I sent you something out.
Oh, that would be fantastic. The NFTs themselves here, I see that by holding these JP money bears, you've got some additional airdrops coming. What are those going to be?
So the additional airdrops were based on my first NFT project that we released, I think, about a year ago. It's called
Okay.
the JP the Genesis project. So that was just like really like me getting into the Web3 space, but I wasn't as informed on how to run an NFT project. I didn't know really about utilities. I was really just trying to take my physical art and make it digital. So for everybody that invested into that before I was really like super on the Web3 and knew about utilities and know about the community and things like that that build your project, I wanted to airdrop them something. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
for my first guys that invested into my digital world, I wanted to airdrop them some things. And also, as the mint goes to half mint, full mint, things like that, I'm actually giving away an original painting that's worth, that's valued at about 30 grand.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a lot of different things, man, that I just wanted to tap people into, physical and digital, on this project.
This is great. You guys can go and you can check this out. You can mint right now. The mint is open at thejpeffect.io. Just connect up your wallet right here. Hit the mint button. You'll want to join the community on Discord or follow on Twitter. There's a cat here that popped in, Nelson. And I'm assuming that I don't know if Nelson is just here to be a spectator or if he's
Nelson.
here on the team.
Hey,
But Nelson
what's
Diaz.
up, man?
I'm
What's
assuming, Nelson, that you're part of the team here.
Yep.
Oh, let me go ahead and unmute you. There you go.
Yes, sir. What's up, King?
What's
Hey,
up,
everybody.
man?
Thank you
doing,
for
bro?
having us, man. Yeah, no, I'm a part of the team. I've been a big fan of Saladeen and an old friend, and for us, it's just been a blessing to get this project come to light with what it means to him and what we're trying to do in the community, just from a philanthropic side. I've been in the Web3 space for 4 years now. We've done a lot of drops, and the one thing that really made me gravitate when Saladeen and Oren and Jason and the team hit us up was like the purpose behind everything, the purpose behind the product, right? And that's extremely important. And we see what's happening in the market. We need more projects like this that have real like soul behind them, and it's just not a constant like let me sell you a JPEG.
A flip
right?
fest, right?
Exactly. This is, we want holders to actually hold and be a part of the community because of what they're doing in their community, not only in Philly, but what the goals are for New York City and other communities from a philanthropic side. And again, it's just putting optics. If anyone studies art, if anyone looks at trading or even understands speculative trading based off of facts, you look at a real world artist like King Saladeen and say, okay, his IRL worth is very high. So odds are these things are going to give me some value in an ecosystem that is going to be robust, because we're going to be doing giveaways and raffles and really great, like an original painting of from King Saladeen. So it adds a lot of value to that, and we really want to focus on that and get the right people in the community, right? So, and it's not about selling out fast. It's getting the community that's going to stay there and not create negative energy. We have enough negative energy in the market right now. We've seen what's happened. And the goal for us is to just get the message out, spread the message, and get more people that are like-minded here.
As I look through the KingSaladeenStore.com, I see all kinds of fun stuff. Just so you guys know, to mint one of these NFTs is a fraction of the cost of having one of these paintings. I mean, these are he gets top dollar for these things. If you want a King Saladeen watch, it's $999, and you got an opportunity here to get one of these NFTs. This cracks me up. The Bear of the Year on Rihanna's body. Some real fun stuff here, guys. Really appreciate you coming on. The jpeffect.com is the website. Give another look at right here. Easy to find the mint button, connect your wallet, and go grab one of these JP, the Money Bears. If you like the art and you like the purpose behind what's being done here. And
yeah, and not to correct you, the jpeffect.io.
jpeffect.io, the jpeffect.io, and I need to be corrected. So that's
no, because that can mess up somebody
that's
going
right.
to it. It won't come up, the technical stuff.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you guys coming on. It looks like Riles lost his connection. So I'm going to say this. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, tell others about what we're doing here. The Nifty Show is one of the first Web3 shows ever. We're going on 2.5 years now. Oh, I think he's making it back because I can't sign off from the show properly without him, but I think he's having some technical difficulties. Welcome back.
You need me. You need me to tell everybody to keep it nifty.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Riles are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Riles say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go. It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty.